from your perspective, like you have been part of the metal scene and, you know, a massive inspiration for a lot of these bands who are coming out. Like, what's your take on the metal industry at large, especially coming out of the pandemic? Like, do you feel positive about where it's heading at this point?
Yeah, I'm always on the positive side because music is going to happen no matter what, which is it's pretty cool when you think about it. And I think a lot of bands that are already established and have done records before, I think they took the time to make new music, and we weren't planning on it, but we did too.
Yes.
You know, and it just happened. I think a lot of bands did, but I think also a lot of opportunities to play live and stuff like that disappeared during the pandemic. A lot of smaller venues and stuff like that went under because of no business, basically. So a lot of those outlets for new and newer bands are not there anymore. So from that perspective, it might be rougher.
Yeah.
And I always thought that like playing live is the best schooling for bands. So yeah.
Absolutely. And it's like amazing for, you know, the world obviously suffered collectively, but for musicians, like your whole way of life, like you write, you record, you tour, you go, like it's this cycle. Can you capture the moment when you were able to step back on stage for the first time after those years and just be back in your natural habitat? Like, what was that moment like? Because you've been doing this for a while.
Oh yeah.
It was almost like a, you know, first day of school again.
Yeah, it was. I think the first couple of shows that we did after the pandemic was shows in the UK, and it was right after we'd recorded the latest record, Foregone. So we had already met up, so that felt good, and we recorded together and stuff like that. So we haven't really played live, and after the first couple of shows we did, it just felt super natural. It's like time. It was just a pause, and that was the worst thing. The worst feeling was that all this time passed for nothing. In a way, you know. So it's a weird feeling, but it was great to be back on stage. It's where we have the most fun.
Yes,